In this video, I'm going to show you how to craft the Beamsmasher wonder weapon in Black Ops 6 Zombies on the Terminus map. So first things first, we're going to have to progress a little bit and gain salvage. You're going to need 500 salvage in particular. That is because you need to add on the electric effect to your ammo type by going to the arsenal. So at the arsenal, you can buy Deadwire and you're going to equip this on your weapon because you need it to activate some circuitry and make electricity happen. Then you're going to progress the general story to activate the generators until you power the final generator in the biolab. Once you've done so, you can make your way to the Pack-a-Punch or the lift in the biolab. So the Pack-a-Punch, which is located right over here, which might be a good time to use it as well. But essentially, you're going to use the lift and you're going to use the weapon that you have that dead wire activated on it for its electrical attacks, its electrical bullets. Now we're going to be shooting 3 panels in a very particular order here. It's going to be first this one in that window, there over there on the right, and then behind us again on this side. As they light up with blue, the circuitry kind of like moves and we have to go to the 4th location. So you're just going to go ahead and you're going to follow me here to the 4th panel. It's going to be inside this building over here on the left wall. You're going to shoot that one. It will move it. It will then go to the opposite side of this wall, shoot this one, and it opens up this room. Kill the zombie on the floor. You'll get this EMF Fob. Before I can explain anything in this room, we first have to collect another device. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn around and you can go ahead and you can follow me or you can skip ahead to the location we're going to. It's just right over here in this C tower. On this desk, there's a hand with a briefcase on it. This has a multiphasic resonator inside it. This is where it's located. And you're going to turn around and we have to find 3 laptops and activate them and turn them on. The first one is over here by the docks. So at this section, just at the top of the ladder that leads to the docks at this location, just interact with it so that the screen turns on. The second laptop will be around this side over here. I'm just showing you the pathway to get there if you're still learning the map yourself. So up here, it's going to be all the way to the top end of the map over here. This is where the storage area is. So interact with this. It's located right over here on the map. And then the next one, the third and final one, is going to be quite close by. It's not going to be a massive distance walk away. So we're just going to go through these buildings over here, just a bunch of mantling, and you'll see the third and final one is here. And that basically activates some laptops that you can now use a code inside that room. Now, this part gets very tricky, right? When you interact with this machine, interact with it with a few times, it will then put stickers on this machine for X, Y, and Z. And this is a mathematical equation that you need to use the board on the left to figure out what the X, Y, and Z's are. And then the algebra on the right-hand side to, solve the math. Now, every time you play Terminus, this combination will be different. You won't always have the same numbers, unfortunately. So now I'm going to explain how this works and the quickest way to solve it. So first, you have to figure out what X, Y, and Z are. You can use this chart at the bottom over here. You see X is the same as this one over here. And if you go here, you'll see there's a 1 over here, and it's in column 0. So the answer for X is 10 because it's 1, 0. You can see Y is in this column over here, probably the most complicated one. You can see there's a 2 and a 1. That means it is 21 because it's in 2 and 1. For Z, you can see 0 is in the 0 and 0. That means the answer or the code for that is just 0, 0. It's a 0 essentially. And now we have to do some algebra. For our first equation, it's 2x plus 11. X is 10. The way this is worked out, because this is essentially a multiplication, it's 2 times 10, which means this is 20 plus 11 equals 31. Moving on to the second equation, we have 2z. We know z is a 0, so it acts as a 0. 2 times 0 is 0 because anything times 0 is 0. Plus y, which is 21. So it's 0 plus 21 minus 5. So we know that this one is going to be 16. And for the final equation, you just have to quite simply put those numbers in the board like this, z 0 minus 10. Of course, following the rules of math, you would first do 21 plus 0. Right now, this is a 0, but sometimes it might be a different number. And 21 minus 10 is 11, which means our code is 31, 16, 11. But in case you can't figure out the math or you just don't want to, you can spend 5,000 credits to go to this location over here with Peck through this window, and you can actually get the code from him and he will just, give you the code so that you can skip the whole mathematical process. Once we go ahead and we type this combination in, you'll see it will activate the resonator on top of the machine. Now you just have to skip around, so play through an entire full round until that resonator is ready on top of that device. Once you've done this, you can return to that room, and on top of that machine, the multiphasic resonator will be ready for you to grab. You should also note that the island marked on the screen is where you're heading next. This might be different. We're going to the island to the right-hand side of the map, so we can go down to the docks and we can go ahead and grab a boat and take our boat there. Once you get here, there will be a glowing orb. In this case, it's going to be blue. And once you put the multiphasic resonator in it, by interacting with it, it will basically make zombies spawn around you, and it will shoot a blue laser at a zombie, like this one over here. And then when you kill this zombie, they will drop a smaller blue orb, and you have to put this into the main one. So if you defeat this enemy, they drop the blue orb, you pick it up, and you put it in the main one. You have to do this 3 times. Once you've done this for the 3rd one, the orb will disappear and it will move to its next location. Take note of where it flew. Also pick up the multiphasic resonator on the floor before you leave, because you will need it again to activate the next orb. So go to the next island. Again, this might be a different one, might be the top island, might be the bottom one. In our case, it's the bottom one and it's a green one. We're going to go ahead and activate this and do the exact same thing, but this time with little green orbs. Once you've completed that, you can head to the 3rd and final island. So it will be this one over here. In our case, this is the purple island, and you just go ahead and you put your resonator in that purple orb, and you complete the same process of killing zombies that have the purple little orbs until you get 3 of them. Once you've done so and you've completed it, you actually have all the ingredients that you need to go to the workbench back at that main room to craft the Beamsmasher. Quite simply, you just have to fight through all of those, zombies, and you've got this weapon now, the wonder weapon. Essentially what it does is left click shoots a nice laser beam. Right click is a nice convenient slow for big groups of zombies, which allows you to shoot through their heads quite simply and easily. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching.